When I married the love of my life, I didn't just gain a wife. I was blessed with her young daughter, who would become my daughter in every way that mattered. She had been estranged from her birth father, and it was one of the greatest honors of my life to become the dad of her heart, even if not by blood. I still remember one of our first outings together at Opryland in Nashville. Some rides her mother joined us on, but others, like the Grizzly River Rampage and the Old Mill Scream, were a bit too wild for her. So it was just me and the little girl who would one day call me Dad. That day, I bought her the first toy I ever gave her, a pink stuffed monkey she held onto for years. After her mother and I married, we kept her in her old school until the end of the grade, but in the meantime, her new bedroom needed to become hers. We tore out the old paneling and painted the room the exact shade of pink she wanted. We got her a twin-sized Barbie poster bed, and I built a drawer platform with crystal poles so she could have the one thing she dreamed of, a twin-size waterbed. I wanted her to feel, without question, that this was our home, and the "our" absolutely included her. When we finally got her settled in that room made just for her, I told her she didn't have to be just a stepdaughter. If she wanted, I would love to adopt her. She said yes. I will never forget standing in that courtroom as the judge smiled and told us how rare it was for him to preside over something so joyful, the official forming of an even stronger family. As she grew, she went through the usual rebellious teenage years, but she never got into trouble the way so many of her peers did. When she turned 16, we got her an older but well-kept Sunbird convertible with a stick shift, and she adored that car. She paid for her own gas working at Dairy Queen and kept that little convertible spotless. After high school, she moved out to start her own life with her own rules. She stayed self-sufficient, supported herself, and eventually fell in love and got married. Then came the day her husband took a job far away, farther than we ever expected her to be. Even though she was grown and married, letting her go was harder than I can express, especially for my wife. She had always lived close enough for us to see her without much trouble, and suddenly she was in a big city with big traffic and a life that felt much too far away. Years passed, and her husband's work kept him on the road. Slowly, painfully, the distance between them grew. Not for lack of love, but because she was left alone too often. She worked hard, moved into her own apartment, and built a life the best she could, even if it wasn't the life she once imagined. As time went on, my wife and I began facing our own health issues. Eventually, she made the decision to move back closer to us, back to where her roots and her heart had always been. She checks on us every day, visits often, and has cared for me during times when her mother couldn't be there. Having her close again has been one of the greatest blessings of our later years. The love we poured into her when she was a little girl, the pink bedroom, the waterbed, the hugs, the stories, the guidance, all of it has come back to us tenfold, not out of obligation, but out of the deep, genuine love we have shared as a family from the very beginning. We may not share blood, but we share something far stronger, a lifetime of love, memories, and the unbreakable bond of choosing one another every single day.